Okay, this
I
gives
think
us
that one's
a minute actually to check the calendar what we're still going to watch today. So
right now there's another game between China and Liechtenstein.
nice try. Nice try. Yes, so these were the 2 p.m. was were the games that were just played. So we have starting up this one, Alex against Adam. We will watch this one because this is the only one scheduled, and then in half an hour Israel and Poland play, and then we continue with Hungary if there's no other options. If there's multiple games being played, we'll decide which the best one is. But if not, then it looks like it's Hungary USA for the rest of the afternoon. I can't promise I'll be here for 6 hours, so we watch whatever we can get.
You
And
dismiss
only in the
Hungary versus
evening,
USA like this.
eh, France versus Austria in the evening, one game at very late my time. So I don't know. We'll see. So can we jump into the game immediately? Is it properly starting? I guess in a few
I
minutes.
guess it's open, but
Okay, let me know when it starts. I'll check what's been going on Discord. There's some bad takes today.
yes, correct.
Commonwealth still kind of. I mean, that group is complicated. We thought for sure Greece, France, and Austria would come through, but Commonwealth and Norway been getting some results, so they've complicated things, especially for Austria, who is just losing everything. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what's with Austria. Austria was in my favorite for top four.
Yeah, maybe that
But I think they did win one game. That's not reported.
maybe resting one the first round didn't help them. They came in rusty
Yeah,
into
one of
round
them
two.
lazy.
Yeah. China ice. I don't know. I don't know what the result is. We can try to decipher it from this, but it's difficult to see and people don't keep things updated. Although China ice is nice. They have 8 different players, so they have 3 wins here, and Lin has not been reported, so I see 4, and one's being played right now. And what about this one? Has this been
About
played?
which one?
Yin Xiao Lu against Nil is not reported, so I assume it's not been played. Then
I guess not.
3 rounds they played without Super Duck. Didn't work in
Yeah,
Seven Kingdoms with Super Duck resting, so I don't know. What is the matchup, by the way? What's Alex going to play now?
I think he played Night's Watch and he played Targaryen. So what else is he playing? I guess
Greyjoy
Greyjoy. I don't know.
would
Either
be
Greyjoy or Martell. What? Oh, Alyosha played Martell, so Greyjoy.
would be quite
Greyjoy
important
against.
for him to play Greyjoy because they need the win then if it's 4-2.
Uh, 4-2 is already for. Yeah. Okay. What does Adam play?
No idea.
Did you say? I can see. I think China has more split what they play each week. Adam plays Martell Knights of the Hollow Hill. Martell Knights of the Hollow Hill is not winning anything this tournament.
They played that in last year's tournament. I think Bing played Martell Hollow Hill, and it went super close. I think the plots turned around, and it was something like round 10, and Alex was just surviving with his Victarion and drawing some extra character every round. And he was like on 13-14 before before he ran out basically. So he lost that one, but it can be a super close game. I mean, it can be also one-sided if Varys is late and Greyjoy just gets 1,000 power. But if Martell gets the cards, then this version that Alex plays is quite sturdy. It's tough to get rid of it because they have return to sack everything that would have died on Morgulis, and they have coppers in there, so it's difficult to run out
Yeah,
of
I mean, and
cards.
Alex is also somewhat Martell Hollow Hill specialist, so
But Mad King's Command, I assume, in the deck, and yeah, you need as many warships as you can get, basically.
you really want Great Kraken, I think.
That's the best one. Puts the power straight on the faction card.
Yeah, or it gets you pirates, right? So you don't run out.
Mm-hmm.
Alex has joined the game, so I think he can probably hop in.
Let's have it. Yeah, not sure what the struggles are for Martell Hollow Hill in this tournament. We did rate all the decks, and only the Chinese one got full points. I think all the other teams kind of butchered butchered their decks a little bit compared to what we've been used to, the winning formula
Uh,
basically.
I
So
think what is really weird to me, uh, I see China deck plays only one Dorn, and I feel like Dorn is like the best card in that matchup. So that's unusual for me, but clearly they tested and it works. So I mean,
yeah,
Bing wins everything with that deck,
yeah. I
and
mean, last year
I
they
don't
were
know.
great and they didn't make a huge number of changes.
But that's like Bing plays some really unusual decks as well that he wins with, and I don't think that if an average person now takes Bing's deck that he plays this tournament, like the Knights deck, they would win most games with it. I don't think so. I think they would
Yes.
lose most games actually.
Would the average person get the key off the Galtown in every game? Or the one copy
I-
of Ill in Pain in the matchup where you really need him to
Actually,
destroy the
it has to be
opponent's
said
game?
that the last game actually he didn't get the off the guard down in the key moment when Alyosha had that Doran's game, but yeah.
Against me, he got last year 3 Varices and 3 Last of the Giants. All 3 against Greyjoy Winter. I tested it and I said, okay, one will happen for sure. If one happens, it's an interesting game. If two happen, I probably don't win.
But
And
you remember how you
3
were still
happened.
kind of winning until you forgot to select Hagen's daughter?
Yes, thank you for that.
You remember?
Yeah, I had. I don't know if that's public knowledge, but I had.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Yeah, I had a card in Shadows that I
So
didn't
that was
select.
the public knowledge.
I just didn't because I overlooked it, and that was a power icon that could have survived and did some challenges. I was on 10 or something like that.
Hmm.
I don't know if that leads to a win. I mean, it's a power icon that doesn't get removed, but my opponent had. I would have to reset myself, and there was condemned going around. So I'd like to think that it didn't really cost me, but it was such a painful mistake to make. Matkins command is a bit rough because there's no going back if you don't click correctly.
Hmm.
Well, duped Balon is nice. Slight problem though, dupes don't help if there's varies because you go straight into March to the wall.
Yeah, and Ariane will probably have to remove herself immediately mm,
Alex keeps one
when
gold
military
though,
is
so
initiated.
he plays Nightmares in the deck. And if Varys is ambushed or,
Mhm.
I mean, put into play and then he gets Nightmares, that kills Varys. And there's not enough gold to also Hand Judgment the Nightmares, so it would be
Maybe
risky
he
to do it.
has that. Maybe he has that anti-claim, you know.
The anti-claim, yeah. You could have the anti-claim, sure. Okay, she's going to take
Mm.
balance icon, which is rough because now she's going to do military, right? Oh no, she's going to defend to stop unopposed. Interesting. It's begging
It's
brother.
not the most stupid choice. I mean,
I thought
You
you
don't
do
want to
military
get
back
stars.
because if you kill reducer, then there's two relative bigs, and okay, I guess that's not worth marching though. In this matchup, march is uh,
Mhm.
is a good plot that you don't want to waste. But you can't stop unopposed anyway if we do not so is played.
Or you can stop one.
I don't think we do not so will be played even if it's in hand though. Ooh, there
Oh,
was
that's a
nightmares.
good one.
There goes the nightmares.
If there are nightmares.
He's going to have a quick
And if there
look.
is actually Last of the Giants into Varys, I mean, it's not guaranteed. There's other stuff that you can do with 2 gold in this deck.
Of course, you can just randomly Jukan here. Okay, character goes.
Yeah.
Now let's see what comes, if anything.
Nothing.
Maybe just a lay waste, yeah. Well, that's going to be
Oh,
some
that's
kind
not
of
so good.
sweet sleep or refurbished Hulk. Refurbished Hulk, I think.
Or the long ship. I don't know.
In a normal game outside of open deck lists, I think he would have been no thrown.
Mm-hmm.
Raiding Longship now will be really difficult not to consider unopposed for what it's worth, but well, as we keep saying, Alex's deck is tough to destroy.
Yeah.
It always has cards, it always has econ. This matchup though, Mad King's Command will be played, right? Unless I've brain farted into thinking that's in the deck when it's not, but I think it is, for sure. So is this one plays first snow, right? It doesn't play stranger. Which on this occasion could be worse. Because stranger is an extra reset. So you have to survive basically with your Victorians, 2 Morgulises and a stranger. First snow does not hurt as bad. Do we bestow? We bestow fully. Okay. Need to cancel 3 things this round, I guess. That might not have been in hand when his Viper Eyes checked. So that's quite an annoying little counter, I think, to a lot of things Martell Hollowhill does. Mm.
What did I miss?
Well, Starfall is here for the moment. It's going to limit the damage a little bit before Victorian comes in and nails it. But I don't know. Martell is struggling at the moment. He's going to struggle to post challenges, going to struggle to trigger stuff.
Hmm. And Bag and Brother fully loaded.
Still 1 gold for the threat of we don't so, and there's still, I mean, Brand the Builder, and no goal to threaten anything back really. But you could have burning on the sand and keep your cards and stuff. You could also have choosing the spear to claim military. And there's no good choices then. Okay, reducer dies, but what else?
Do they play first now?
I think so.
Mm.
Okay. Claim does not actually set itself to 0. But Alex knows.
Mm-hmm. You have to spend both of them if you want to oppose.
Yeah, I don't think you do. And Iron Gate will be used, I think, in this matchup quite liberally to keep the cards always. Okay, there's no power to steal, but I think that guy is getting killed before he could do anything else. Now, choosing the spear could be damaging for Alex here for sure. You have to just claim the begging brother then.
Or Lucas. I mean, but you could also have reason.
But it's not there, so... I mean, there's 5 cards, and that's after 2 coppers have been played, so... I would say that Martell is not doing so well.
No.
5-4 only though. I don't know,
But
Mad
nobody
King's
will go for
Command,
that.
you play, you use Starfall, you have an ambush card, maybe a Secret Schemes. Could level things a bit.
I don't know, maybe you want to wait because... Oh, look, there's first one. Maybe you want to wait a little bit because now you have better location base than Greyjoy. You want to wait that they put the locations that they get with Brand the Builder in.
Now does Alex put in duped Victarion? That's the question. He usually does that after Morgulis. It's going to keep Tattered Prince in play with Begging Brothers so that it's not a character that comes in challenges. That's a good play.
Yeah, makes sense.
I might have instinctively clicked pass on that. It's a duped Victarion. Is it just one Victarion? Unduped Victarion he plays well. I mean, reasons against Martell Hollow Hill. I've never seen that deck not have hand judgment.
Yeah.
I think Alex will just
Hmm.
will just play return, I guess, just to be safe.
I mean, well, if there's Varys, you can't really save from Varys. with reason anyway.
Mm-hmm. But we had 2 coppers and top decking after that, so
Alex's first section, he can kneel Starfall.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Water Gardens,
Yeah.
just in case. 9 is not enough. Of course, there's ambush, we know there is, but it's not. The number of characters is really small, and it's not guaranteed that he has 2 ambush characters here.
So do you just take military icon or do you wait? I guess you wait.
Now, does he have vengeance and stuff like that? Oh, another Kraken, that's pretty key. And a vengeance soak.
Mm-hmm.
Alex drawing for Great Kraken. Well, Venomous Blade means it can oppose. Also means that military. It's always going to be kind of redundant because Deckhand was going to be claimed regardless.
Things gonna do intrigue.
Does he take Renown? He does.
But that means there's gonna be no Varys again.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. This is exactly the point of the game where that drawing for Kraken is starting to turn into taking power. He drew when he had the chance, so he's not confident. Ooh.
Ooh, this one goes.
Okay, now I think Adam might be a bit more encouraged to play Morgulis, right?
But I feel like there was like a small pause before Rigger Deckhand got killed, so he still another one in hand.
Coppers or return from the other side, I think. Didn't trigger Iron Gate.
The Harris wouldn't be bad here.
Yeah, it used to be played in Martell Hollow Hill, but not recently.
I'm not optimistic for Martell.
Well, there's 5 cards in hand. And some of that has to be
Mm.
against judgment to even achieve anything. Well, it doesn't play a reset, so now he needs all kinds of control in the challenges phase with the ambush. Plus the one character that was on the board to stay there is now knelt.
I mean, but he's gonna have a lot of econ to marshal stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's just there to kneel something. Is it limit once? Yeah, so what's it kneeling? Might kneel Starfall, which then would probably not be kept for Metkin's command. I know Victorian can kneel it, but it's going to be down to 3 locations. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's as good as you could have hoped for, I think. Fully bestowed as
But
well.
then you have to keep this guy for the Mad King's Command instead of Lucas, I guess.
So I assume he's on 0 gold. I assume these decks can no longer play the he calls it thinking event, right?
No. I mean, they can, but
Need some good cards in hand. So 2 could be for Tattered Prince. And there is still Water Gardens, which can be knelt. It costs Alex a card to do it, though, one of the warships. He keeps 3 warships. Only one of those is an econ card, so now it's kind of all in. It's going to be tough to recover because he doesn't have the gold if he doesn't close, but quite he's quite near, to be fair. It's 2 characters with renown that can do 2 challenges. Plus he has the raiding longship to potentially force an unopposed and get power for Kraken. Although Victarion does not necessarily have renown, that's the thing. One stand, one renown.
has 2 stands, 1 renown. Or the other way around, I don't know.
Yeah, but I assume raiding longship has to stay standing also to give unopposed potentially.
Yeah, that's true. But on the military, for example, you can start past Dane escort, then I guess you have Tattered Prince that you have to bring out.
Oh, he has stealth randomly as well. Sure. I think that's probably a good idea to just start with this.
Yeah, this one
Varys.
you can't remove. There's Varys. Might be way too late.
So hasn't got rid of Vengeance, if that was also in hand. He's not putting Victarion in this one. But seems like this should be unopposed with Renown and the Great Kraken trigger. And then the power challenge should be end of the game. Could also leave this one. Be opposed. No, okay. I think there's...
But then the next is unopposed.
yeah, I think he has a couple of ways to win. I mean, okay, yeah, but Bagging Brothers still there. I mean, so even if there is a character for Ariana, there's nothing. With 0 gold, there's nothing much you can do, really. Do they bother with stealth? They stealth the military icon.
I mean, they start this one. Ariana can replace herself potentially, but
So that's
not
16
really.
power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those. There was never an opportunity to reset the board a bit more. I thought there might be, but 2 coppers went through, and I mean, the Bagging Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. In general, it doesn't feel like it's a good.
Congrats for this
Good
week. Does that
field
mean it
for-
is 5-3? So it might have been 5-2 before this game.
5-3 for Lincoln. I don't know, whatever. For Alex's team.
No, for China. Which they needed because they had a draw, I think, previous round. So now it complicates a little bit because USA and Czech Republic not going away. Czech Republic, I think, is doing the worst so far.
So is Nico's game was already played, or
Nothing I can do if it's not reported. We don't know.